Hello, everybody. My name is Donna Brennan. I'm a creatrix transformologist. I'm here interviewing Erin Davies today. Erin is one of our transformologists at the Institute of Women International, and I'd just love to ask her some questions today. So, tell me, what were you doing when you had your biggest frustrations about a career in coaching? So, you wanted to coach women, you were in doing accounting. So, tell me about that. What were your struggles for wanting to come and do that?
I actually didn't know that I wanted to coach women. I was not looking for anything like that at the time. For me, it was just looking for me and trying to help me because I was just really, really struggling with where I was at. I work in a corporate environment in a senior position, and while my work is very, very supportive and encouraging, deep down inside of me, I just didn't feel complete, and I felt like I was struggling all the time, and I felt like um, I just was out of control emotionally, and I just didn't know how to help myself. So I had no idea that I actually wanted to help other women.
Yeah, so it was more about
So
your
that's that.
own own things that were coming up for you that was stopping you from moving forward. So you knew that you needed something to help yourself, yeah?
Absolutely. I was a struggling mum. I was emotionally wrecked and felt like a failure all the time. I felt like I wasn't doing anything right. I felt like everything I did was half. I didn't do anything totally well. And therefore, I was letting everybody down and letting all my kids down, letting my husband down, and letting myself down. And I knew I didn't want to be like that. So that's how I started on the journey. I found Creatrix, and I had no idea what it was like or what it involved. However, I just knew for me, I needed to do something for me. So that's how I started on this journey.
Great. So how did you find out about the Institute of Women and Creatrix? Where did you see that first?
I first found it on Facebook, and I was just scrolling one day aimlessly, like we do, searching, or not really even knowingly searching, but searching for something. And I came across it, and it just resonated with me. It I just couldn't shake it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I don't know what it was. I don't know um, what the words were, but it just connected with me, and it made me just keep thinking about it. And I just decided to take a chance. As I said, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I'm so glad that I did, because it has just changed my whole world. Just
Yeah.
everything about my whole world has changed.
Yeah. So what would you say were your biggest frustrations at that time before, when you did come in and do the course with us?
To do the course, I really struggled with the money and how I was going to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just knew deep down inside of me that I just needed to. I just needed to do something for me. And I knew the outcomes that I had achieved and how calm and able to cope with just the day-to-day life, and just be able to not be seeing everything that was happening around me and just sitting in that the whole time, uh, and all the time. So I just knew that I had to do it. The frustration was that I didn't want to keep feeling like this. I didn't want to keep feeling like I was a failure and not good enough, and
Mm.
not worthy, and not. And I just knew once I had done Creatrix that I just wanted to help other women. I just wanted to. And I can't explain why or how or anything like that. I just knew that that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So what other things had you tried in the past to try and help you do those things to move you forward?
I've been to lots of seminars, read some books, done lots of training at work, spoken to lots of people. I suppose I haven't done a huge amount of formal training. I just I suppose, was talking to other mums and, well, sort of talking to other mums, because I tend to keep everything to myself and not tell everybody exactly how I was feeling. But yeah, reading books and attending some seminars, and that's where I felt like I needed to be.
Yeah, yeah. So they did help you a little bit, but they just weren't getting you the results that you were after. Is that what you found?
Yeah, exactly. It was that I just still kept feeling like this. I kept feeling like I'd be okay for a little while and feel all hyped up and excited and ready to conquer the world. And then I'd just crash. I'd just
Yeah,
go back to exactly how I was before. And it just take one little thing to tip me over the edge. And it wasn't a huge build up of or a one big thing that tipped me over. It was all these little things that just kept compounding and compounding all the time. And that was when I decided that I needed to do something totally different. And as I
yeah,
said, creatrix just resonated with me. I don't know why, but it just did. It just felt right. And I just trusted myself and took that leap of faith, and it was the best thing I've ever done.
yeah. It's just about committing to yourself, isn't it? And getting to those deep
Mm.
root to issues that you did have and pulling them out from the root. So then so you could move forward easily, and then be a better mum for your family as well. How has that changed for you at home?
Uh, incredibly. I had a really rocky relationship with my eldest daughter, teenager, and everything we did together was just angry. It was confrontational. It was hurtful. I was being hurt by what she was saying, and she was being hurt by what I was saying. We just didn't have a relationship at all, and I was pretty much done. I was done with her. And as a mum, that is the most awful thing to feel and to say,
Mm.
but I just couldn't cope anymore. I just couldn't do it. And and I didn't want it, but that's how I felt. So I knew that I needed to do something because I didn't want to lose my daughter.
Yeah.
And I our relationship now, so good. It's so much better. We joke and laugh, and she
Oh,
still gets she still gets cranky and I still get cranky. However, we just don't there's just not that tension anymore. It's such a nice place to be around. We have conversations, we talk to each other. She lets me hug her, she lets me kiss
oh.
her. She wasn't letting me do that before. So as a mum, to now have that relationship and that connection, that in itself is just priceless.
Yeah.
And I would do anything just for that.
Yeah, it does make a big change to the family, doesn't it? It's like the domino effect. Everybody does change around you, and you become a better person, and they actually feel your energy. So, yeah, so it sounds like they're feeling your energy now. Um,
Yeah, well, I'm just reacting so much better to situations. I'm just not that short, sharp, cranky, teary, angry mum that I was.
mm,
I still get like that at times, of course, but I just don't stay in it the whole day. And I just don't have those little triggers that send me completely off like I used to. So there's
yeah,
still things that happen, but it's the reaction, my reaction is so different now, which then changes the whole um, feeling in the room, in the house. It changes everything, and then it allows everybody to just get over that little thing, whatever it is that's happening, and we deal with it, and then we move on, and we don't all come back to it all day or stay in it all day.
yeah. That's incredible. That's amazing. And I think because your perception changes of everything as well, doesn't it? So when your perception changes of what's going on, and you get your learnings from within, you can't unlearn your own truth, right? So,
I know, and I think I was too frightened to even allow myself to think of anything differently. That was just an automatic response. It was nothing that I had predetermined. It was just how I reacted, and I hated it. It was awful. I didn't like that person I was, and I certainly did not like the mum that I was. And
Yeah.
it was awful. It was a horrible feeling, and now it is totally different. It's just such a different feeling.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's amazing. So, what would be the three biggest blocks that you did get rid of to make that happen for you and make it really, make it more calmer in the household?
I think not being good enough
Yeah,
was one. I felt like everything I did was never good enough for anybody at all. Doesn't matter who it was. Whatever I did was not good enough. Hurt was another one. I felt really hurt by the way my daughter was talking to me and taking that so personally, whereas I know now that she was not meaning to hurt me and she really does love me. And the other one, oh, I don't know. I have had so many most incredible learnings that have been there. It's been so hard. Judging others has been one that for me has been really big.
yeah,
Confrontation, and actually one is how to control my emotions or letting my emotions control me, because for me everything was about, I would just be a blubbering mess. If anybody said anything, I would just burst into tears and I had no control over my emotions at all. So I could not say anything, do anything, be anywhere at work or at home. Particularly at work, they all know that I would just be a blubbering mess. So to me, to
wow.
be able to have control over my emotions has been life changing. That one and not good enough has probably been, yeah, the two biggest blocks that I've cleared.
Yeah, look, it's just amazing that we can get rid of them so fast and so quickly and get
Mm,
such
mm.
profound results really quickly. And people are noticing that around you. What about your work? I know you're an accountant, so how is that? How's that helping you in your business there as well?
It's allowed me to have different conversations with people, different
Yeah,
connections. It is allowed me to mentor and help other women in a similar position, because I think being in that corporate environment, the expectation that we place on ourselves to be moving up the ladder in our careers, as well as being a mum, as well as doing all the work, doing all the extra hours. Um, that expectation that we place on ourselves is huge,
yeah,
and able to share with other women at work has just been a, I think it's been really comforting for them to know that they're not alone and they're not the only ones that feel like that, because I think we all just keep it pretty closed and we don't tell anybody. So for me to be able to help other mums at work has been just incredible, just
oh,
amazing.
that is amazing. And as you know, you've hit through so many glass ceilings yourself in such a short
Mm,
period of time.
yeah.
You know that business women would benefit from this tool as well, wouldn't they?
Oh, absolutely. Because
Mm,
even though, even if you didn't want to become a transformologist or go any further with Creatrix at all, what it does for yourself and
yeah,
how it allows you to be who you really are and what you really want has just the biggest effect on everybody around you. So at work, it means you're happier, it means you're more engaged, it means you're connecting to people, it means you're more productive, it
yeah,
means that you enjoy your work, you're fulfilling, you're creating your purpose, you're doing what you need to do. And that just ripples out to everybody around you. So then you are a nice person to be around. People want to be around you. People want to talk to you.
yeah,
People want to connect with you. And so for professional women, I think that that is a huge thing where
yeah,
you don't have to pretend anymore. You can just be you and be genuine, and people will resonate and connect with you, because that is really that those core beliefs are showing through in everyday life, and
yeah.
at work in particular it allows you just to be productive and get your work done, but in such a better frame of mind than what you were before.
Yeah, absolutely. I noticed a difference in myself, even with confrontation, because I had a lot of confrontation in my career myself. That was a really big one for me as well, getting rid of confrontation. Because when you've got people coming to you, and because we're such emotional beings, we
Absolutely.
can take things the wrong way sometimes, because that's what women tend to do. And a lot of the time, it's just our internal beliefs. It's got nothing to do with anyone else. It's just that fear of
Exactly.
confrontation. You know,
Mhm.
you're shaking your boots, don't you?
And then you interpret what they're saying, and you sit in it and you stew on it, and you think
Yes.
that the whole world doesn't like you and they don't like you, um, and you're doing everything wrong, and what could you possibly do right? And it's all made up in our heads. It's
Yeah,
just what we believe.
yeah,
But often, most cases, that's not the intention from the other person at all. And
yeah,
also to be able to have those difficult conversations with other people, and to know that you're coming from the right place, and you're coming from love, and genuinely want to help somebody. Having those difficult conversations is a much easier thing to do, because you don't have that self-doubt. You know
yeah,
you're confident, you know you can do this, you know that you're worthy, you know that you've earned your position, and you know that what you have to say is valuable, and you believe that, you truly believe it. So it
yeah.
makes all those conversations so much easier.
It's amazing how many women hang on to confrontation, because we are so afraid, and we're getting to that fear of fight or flight. And a lot of the times women fight because they start to argue, and the only reason they argue back is because they're afraid that they're going to be caught out, or they're going to say the wrong thing. And it's a domino effect. And I think in business for women, getting rid of that one thing is huge, like you're exactly what you've just said. And it makes you
Absolutely.
feel really calm as well, doesn't it? Yeah,
And also, then trying to make everybody like you is another thing that women tend to do.
yeah,
They That emotional connection, and obviously in business you can't have that all the time. You need to have that separation there, but also you need to be able to do it with love and respect for the
yes.
other person, and to be able to have those conversations and be able to be yourself genuinely and authentically makes such a big difference to how you operate in that senior position or in that corporate environment. It just is the way that you become.
Yeah, it is the way you become, and people feel more confident around you as well because of your own confidence. So then people start to listen to you more, and they start to respect you more because you'll be able to hold your ground and keep in that stable mindset, which people start to feel that energy, don't they? Yeah,
Absolutely. Yep.
yeah.
And being confident, and the energy is amazing.
Yeah, oh, look, I love it. It's amazing. I see these stories all the time, and it blows me away. And I love hearing your story today, because it's exactly how it is for a lot of us women that have had creatrix now. And I think that it's just amazing to have this tool that we can get out to the world, and more business women can step up. And I think this is just the direction of personal development and where we're actually going. So, yeah, that's pretty incredible in itself. So tell me, Erin, how long ago did you actually do the course, the Curatrix course?
Middle of January 2020. So
Oh,
not
wow.
so
So
long
you
ago.
only just did it this year. Look at
Yeah.
your
Yep.
results. Your results are amazing. You've come so far so quickly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it, for me, has just been, it's found that purpose, and it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like I'm working, like without a, when you work without a passion, it just feels like a um, and a hard slog all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
This just doesn't feel like that.
Yeah. So this is something that you're running your own successful business now. You've already got some clients on board, which is pretty amazing. You've only just come out of the
Yes.
course. So,
Mhm.
how are you going with those clients?
I've had amazing results, and I finished with the client this week, and she said to me, we are friends through school, through our daughters, but not close friends. We were never close friends. She came to my workshop. which I held at the end of February. And she said, I don't even know why I came. I don't know what made me come. Something just said to me that I needed to. And I don't know why I trusted you. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. But I think because I just shared genuinely where I was at. I was open and vulnerable. I said exactly how I was feeling. And I think as mums, we don't share that. We don't let down that veil that we wear, or that suit of armor that protects us. It protects us from the world. So I was very vulnerable, very open about my situation, where I was at. And she said, you were just speaking to me. You were just speaking directly to me. How it was for you is how it is for me. And the more conversations that I've had with her, our situation sounds so similar. She has a teenage daughter that was struggling with, that relationship. She was crying every single day and has been for years. She hasn't cried for 4 weeks since we've been since we started. 4 weeks. She hasn't cried at all. So for her, that has been the biggest evidence that Creatrix has delivered for her, because every day she would be crying.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. How many sessions did you actually do with her?
We did 3 sessions, and we did 3 or 4 issues at each session. And then we just did one more session this week with only 1 issue, because she just had one thing that was still just hanging around. She just wanted to get rid of it. And she was totally committed to the process. I think that last session was the best one. She was totally engaged, totally blown away. She had tears of joy at the end. When that finished, it was going, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to do more of that, because to help her have that feeling, it's not my feeling, it's her feeling. I just know how far I've come, and to see now that she is going to be like that, and to be able to her go that far as well, is just incredible. It's just amazing. And I heard at the course they said a paycheck of the heart, and I really thought that was a bit corny, didn't really know what that actually meant and what it felt like. But when you can do this outcome for people, it truly is the most amazing, incredible feeling. You get goosebumps, you get a heart race, you just feel so emotionally connected with that person, and that is the most incredible feeling. I can't describe it. It's just beautiful.
It is amazing, isn't it? So what do we see for Erin going forward? What do we see in the future from you?
We see so much more of this. This is what I want to do. This is where my passion is. As I said, I had no idea what my passion was before. I didn't even know that I wanted to do this, but having experienced it, I just know that the more people I talk to, the more I can see that people have the same issues that I have, and people that I had no idea that were having issues, because they just keep it so closed and don't tell anybody. So for me, I want to be genuine and just share my experiences and connect with women. I just want to be able to help them free themselves from this emotional turmoil that they're in, because it is just the best feeling. So that's what I want to continue to do.
Oh, that is so beautiful, Erin. I'm so happy for you, because I know what's ahead of you, and I know there's just going to be so many amazing women that are going to be so grateful to have you in their lives. Once they're in their lives, they're going to be in your life forever, because you've actually changed their life, and they're going to be forever grateful for you doing that for them, which I'm really excited for you, and what is ahead of you. I also just want to ask, I know that it's COVID time right now. How is your business? How have you found getting clients right now through this difficult time? You know, so many people are going through such a difficult time, and they really do and are looking to find themselves. So how are you finding that for your business?
I have found it really good, actually. It has not in an opportunistic way. It has just been sharing my stories and my vulnerabilities, And I think people have at the moment time to really reflect on themselves. They aren't busy with sport, they aren't busy with kids. They're still busy, there's things still to be done. However, they're not rushing around like they were before. I know for me, every single afternoon was totally busy with sport. So there was really no time to stop and think. So what I've found in this time has been that women actually have time to sit and think and self-reflect, and they're looking for that personal development. I think they realize that life can be different. We're forced to be different at the moment by, staying home and looking after our family. We're connecting with our families around us.
Yeah.
And it's that self-reflection time, which I think people are really looking at the moment, and they're wanting something different. And this is the time where they're finding that time to look within and realize that they don't necessarily like what they see, and they want something different.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that what we offer is a relief for them and release, because it is a very stressful time for all of us. And I think by having this tool that can help them just get through this time is a bit of a game changer as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. And the client that I saw or spoke to last week, she said to me, had I not had Creatrix during this time, I don't know how I would have coped being at home with my kids, with my family
Yeah.
for the past 5 or 6 weeks, how that would have actually played out, because she was crying every single day. She was upset, she was cranky, she was angry, she was confrontational with the kids, she was confrontational with her husband. So had she not had Creatrix, she would not be this calm, enjoyable mum to be around. So can you imagine being in a house with a mum for 6 weeks who is at the end of her tether, is exhausted, is emotional, has anxiety through the roof, is not coping at all, compared to somebody who has their emotions under control or has that automatic response under control and has done something for themselves. It just changes the whole house.
Yeah.
And the home becomes that place where everybody feels safe and where they want to be.
Yeah.
This is a perfect opportunity to be looking within yourself and how you want your home to be and how you want yourself to be, because obviously how we are radiates and reflects out to everybody around us.
So what would you say to others that are looking for something like this to either do as their own business or just to do as a personal breakthrough? What would you say to those people?
I would say just truly trust your instinct. If it feels right, if you're looking for something and you're searching, like I was searching, but I didn't really know I was searching. If you're not feeling settled, if you're feeling anxious or you're feeling worried about what's going on at the moment and how you're reacting, I would just say take a leap of faith, trust in yourself, do this for you, but the amount of people that you can help around you is just incredible, and it is truly the best decision that I ever made to invest some time in myself and become a Creatrix Transformologist. Has been the best decision because it allows me to help other mums not feel like their only option is the telegraph pole down the road. So I would say if anybody is thinking that they want something different, want their life to be different, want themselves to feel differently, I would just say, just take a chance, just do it. It is the best feeling in the world. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it is pretty incredible. And, we were all blessed. We have an amazing, what about our sisterhood? How amazing is our sisterhood?
That's amazing. I have never been around. I've made so many new friends. I've done Zoom meetings with people I have no idea. I had never met them before. Everybody is so open and is so willing to help. It's not like it's competitive that I can't tell you my little secret, because everybody wants everybody else to succeed. It is really,
Yeah.
truly, it's one in, all in. everybody is in there together and we're all supporting each other, and to feel that support and encouragement when you're still learning. I'm still learning.
We're
I
always learning.
yeah, always, but I'm just following what I need to do. I'm following what I've been taught, but I still have questions along the way. So to be able to reach out to other transformologists has been so valuable. It's just
Yeah,
incredible. And
yeah,
I am watching lots of different women in the group and in the business and saying that's who I want to be like. They just have such beautiful messages. They are resonating with lots of different women. They are making connections, and most importantly, they are making a difference. And that is what I want to do. So to be able to follow in somebody's footsteps that has made a difference to other women is it really is so inspiring. And just to know that they will do anything they can, they will spend time with you, they will share with you, they will share their learnings, they will share their tools, they will share what's working, what's not working, just so you can succeed, so you can help other women. But at the same time, that is then allowing them to move forward because they are continuing to help other women as well.
absolutely. And I think that's the biggest thing for me as well, that we're lifting each other to higher ground, and there's no hierarchies. We're all the same. Doesn't matter what level we're at. We're all learning from everybody because we've got so many amazing, talented women. And I think that having those women that do help each other, and there's just no level that we can't hit is, yeah, pretty incredible. We're very lucky.
It is. Yeah, very, very lucky. And to know that I have had no other business coaching or life coaching experience at all. I have done no other training whatsoever, to be able to come in and make a difference to other women by following the systems and following the tools that I've been given, and being encouraged to just be myself, to be authentic, to trust my instincts, and to come from a place of love and respect for other people has just given me so much confidence that I know that I am making a difference to other women. I am able to help them. And it's just by sharing my story and sharing my experience that I know that I am helping them to be a better mum, and be a better wife, be a better businesswoman, and just to create a better world for everybody.
Yeah, look, I love that, Erin. Look, you're such a beautiful soul, and we love having you, and we love all having each other. So, I wish you all the best. You're only in the early days, and there's so much ahead of you already. You're going to be amazing in this business. You already are. You're already setting hearts free. So, yeah, thank you so much for today. I loved hearing your story, and I can't wait till everyone else hears it as well, because, yeah, it needs to get out there, and where you're at right now.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share. As you know, I'm brand new, but this is just where I need to be.
Absolutely. You're in the right place, and you've already set hearts free. So there's no better feeling than that already.
Absolutely.
Thank
So
you.
thank you.
Thanks.